What if I told you that one gala evening in a fancy New York ballroom changed America forever, connecting millions of people who'd never met and creating the concept of must-see entertainment? Stay with me to discover the night that invented our shared culture. It's November 15, 1926, the grand ballroom of the Waldorf-Astoria Hotel in New York City. 1,000 guests in tuxedos and evening gowns fill the room. Champagne flows. Anticipation crackles in the air like static electricity. They're not here for a wedding or a political dinner. They're here for something that's never existed before. Tonight, at precisely 8 p.m., America's first permanent radio network will broadcast its inaugural program. The National Broadcasting Company, NBC. However, what makes this absolutely revolutionary is, at this exact moment, 24 radio stations stretching from New York to Kansas City are preparing to broadcast the same program simultaneously. For the first time in American history, millions of people in different cities, states, and time zones will experience the same thing at the exact moment. Think about that. In 1926, if you lived in Kansas City and wanted to hear a Metropolitan Opera singer, you had to travel to New York. If you lived in Boston and wanted to hear Will Rogers tell jokes, you had to buy a train ticket. Entertainment was local, culture was fragmented. America was a collection of separate communities that rarely shared the same experiences. Until tonight. The man who made this possible, David Sarnoff, General Manager of RCA, the Radio Corporation of America. Sarnoff had a vision. He believed radio could do more than transmit signals. It could unite a nation. But getting here wasn't easy. For years, radio stations operated independently of one another. Each city had its own local programming. There was no way to connect them all simultaneously. The technology existed, but nobody had the audacity, the resources, or the sheer determination to create a nationwide network. RCA spent $1 million, a fortune in 1926, to purchase station WEAF and its network connections. They negotiated with AT&T for access to telephone lines that could carry the broadcasts across vast distances. They assembled the best engineers in the country to solve problems nobody had ever tackled before. And now, on this chilly November evening, it's all about to pay off. At 8 p.m., the broadcast begins. Carl Schlegel of the Metropolitan Opera opens the show. His voice travels through microphones, into transmitters, across telephone lines, and into 24 different radio stations, reaching homes from New York to Missouri. Then comes Will Rogers, America's favorite humorist. His jokes, told in a New York ballroom, make a farmer in Nebraska laugh at the exact moment as a shopkeeper in Philadelphia. The program continues for 4 solid hours. Music, comedy, drama, opera, vaudeville. Everything the American entertainment world has to offer, delivered to nearly half of the country's 5 million radio homes in one spectacular evening. The next morning, newspapers across the country are buzzing. The most pretentious broadcasting program ever presented, one declares. People who listened talk about it with their neighbors. They realize they heard the same thing at the same time as people hundreds of miles away. America just discovered what it feels like to be connected. Within weeks, NBC launches a coast-to-coast broadcast. On New Year's Day, 1927, the entire nation listened to the Rose Bowl together. For the first time, a child in Maine and a grandmother in California share the same experience in real time. NBC's success is so enormous that within 2 months, they split into 2 networks: the Red Network for entertainment and comedy, the Blue Network for culture and news. Eventually, over 100 stations are carrying NBC programming across America. However, what I love most about this story is, before November 15, 1926, America was a fragmented nation. We were a nation of isolated communities. After that night, we became an audience. A shared culture began to emerge. Kids across the country listened to the same radio shows and played games based on the characters the next day. families scheduled dinner around their favorite programs. Monday morning conversations at work began with, "Did you hear that broadcast last night?" NBC created something we now take entirely for granted, the idea that millions of people can experience something together, even when they're physically apart. It's the foundation for everything that came after: network television, cable news, streaming services, social media. All of it traces back to that November evening when 1,000 people in evening clothes gathered in a New York ballroom to witness the birth of broadcasting. The 4-hour broadcast that night, it wasn't just entertainment. It was proof that technology could shrink a continent, that voices could travel instantly across mountains and plains, that a nation of strangers could become a community of listeners. The next time you stream a show, listen to a podcast, or watch a live event with millions of others, remember, November 15th, 1926. Remember the night America discovered we could all be in the same room, even when we weren't. What's your favorite shared cultural moment? A Super Bowl? A series finale? Drop your memories in the comments below. If this story of innovation and connection inspired you, tomorrow's episode will blow your mind. Here at History Sparks, we uncover the moments that built the modern world, one breakthrough at a time. Hit that subscribe button and join thousands of history enthusiasts who discover something extraordinary every single day. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming. Until tomorrow, stay connected. History is how we got here together.